This is Catching Up with the Corn Dogs, and I'm Andrew Mild as always. And on this episode, we spoke with South Suburban outfielder Jorge Santos, who has some experience in the Midwest Collegiate League, now the Northern League. But on this one, we talked to him about what it's like to be a good center fielder, what it takes to be good to patrol the big part of the baseball field. And also, we asked some questions about Chicago sports, as Jorge Santos is a major Windy City fan. And with that, let's meet Jorge Santos. Welcome to another edition of the Lake County Baseball Podcast. I'm Andrew Mild, and joining me today on this episode is two-way player Jorge Santos from South Suburban College. Jorge, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you yourself? Thank you for having me.
I'm doing well. Thanks for joining us today. And just going to jump right into it. The first question is, why did you want to join the Lake County baseball team?
I love baseball, and on any opportunity I can get to play, I'm gonna jump at that opportunity because you don't get a lot of opportunities where you can just go out there and play, be a two-way, exactly how you said. Because
well, I mentioned it, and you just mentioned it, that you are a two-way player. You play two-way at South Suburban College, not too far away. And I have to say that Major League Baseball has really been embracing two-way players. Two of them that come to mind are Shohei Ohtani, who just won the AL MVP, and Brandon McKay. So what are your thoughts on the rise of two-way players in professional baseball?
I got to honestly say it's great. I love it. I think it's great for the game because there's not a lot of people that can play, that can hit and both pitch. Shohei Ohtani is a perfect example. He can hit a ball 450 feet, and he can throw it 101 miles an hour. Like, that's pretty unreal, if I do say so. And it's perfect because it's getting the next generation of baseball to become they want to be like that. They want to become two ways and be just exactly like Shohei Ohtani, and that's just great for the sport.
As they always say, everything seems impossible until someone else does it.
Exactly.
So as a two-way player in college, what are practices like for you? Do you have to focus more on your hitting or your pitching, or does it really depend on when your next appearance is as a pitcher?
What I got to say is it's mainly I have a routine basically for every day, and I do not break off that routine. So beginning of practice, I'll pitch. I'll do all my pitching stuff, knock that out. And then after pitching, it's just I'll go work on outfield, go hit and all that. And then if I still feel like I didn't get enough pitching in, I'll go do it again.
You say that you play the outfield, and some of the reports I've heard from sources is that you are a good fielding center fielder. So as a center fielder, what is your goal out there? What is something that you try to achieve when you're out there making that no-fly zone? Do you try to read the ball off the bat once it comes off of it and try to beat it to the spot? What is your way to make sure you do make those plays out there?
Me personally, I call this this is how I play. I play balls to the walls. So basically, I don't I don't care about my body. I will go out there and I'll put my body on the line to go make a play for the team. And that's just how I've always been. I'll risk my body to go out there and do something for the team. It's just, and then that's really honestly what just goes through my mind. It's just made me a good defender.
Yeah, I bet all your pitching teammates really appreciate that throughout the years. You try to make every play possible and put your body on the line. And that kind of reminds me of Ken Griffey Jr. I don't know if you watched his documentary on MLB Network, but he always said, he's like, I don't take any plays off. And it sounds like that you are the same player.
You can't take no plays off, because if you take one play off, that could be the end of your career right then and there.
Always thinking one step ahead. Well, here's some fun questions for you. And going on your Twitter, it's unescapable to see how excited you are about Chicago sports, you being from Homeward Flossmoor. So what are you more excited for? The fact that the Bulls are good this year, or the fact that Matt Nagy is going to be fired in the week or two?
Ooh, that's a good question. I got to go with the Bulls. Because it's been such a while since they've been good. And now they're the best team in the East. DeMar DeRozan's MVP. I don't care what anyone has to say. And that's just all I got to say. And Caruso's a baby MJ. That's all I got to say as well.
The bald eagle is going to compare himself with Air Jordan. And I don't mean to make you jealous at all, Jorge, but I was at the first buzzer beater on New Year's against the
Oh,
Indiana Pacers.
Jesus, I'm already knowing that was crazy.
It was, and it was a good section with a lot of Bulls fans. So we erupted up there, and it was going
Oh.
crazy. And I don't know what was more exciting to see the Pacer fans in utter disappointment or the Bulls fans going nuts.
I don't know. I feel like the Bulls fans, honestly, when that happened, I feel like they got the Pacer Stadium rocking more than the
Yeah,
Pacers fans did the whole time.
they did. They most definitely did. Just a nice cruise off I-65, and you're at it's not Banker's Life. I always forget what it's called now, but it would always be Banker's Life to me. And I see the White Sox emblem behind you, so it's kind of like guaranteed rate will always be U.S. Cellular to us growing up,
Oh,
and then for our parents, it would always be Comiskey.
Mm-hmm. And I will forever call it the U.S. Cellular.
I call it the Cell all the time. I'm not even a Sox fan. I'm not even a Sox fan. So, but I can respect them. I can respect them. It's a good group you guys have. So I'm excited for you. A lot of my friends are Sox fans, and it'd be enjoyable for you to watch because it's been a while since the Sox put up a good team.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been a while. I'm scared because they're pitching. It's just their pitching, man. They don't want to spend money. That's just the thing. They just don't want to spend money, which makes no sense with that team they have.
I mean, at least I've heard that Kopech should be getting moved back to the starting rotation.
And yep, that's going to happen, and that is going to be perfect. That's all I gotta say. Perfect.
Chef's kiss from the looks of it.
Oh, but it's gonna be perfect because to me, Kopech is one of the dirtiest pitchers when healthy.
He is. He has a mean fastball and a good slider.
Unreal.
Unreal. Next question I have for you is if we had a time machine and you can go back and relive any baseball moment, what would it be and why?
I'm being honest. I gotta go 2005 World Series win in Houston. If I'm being honest, it's gotta be that. And
Game 4.
I gotta pick that because just that game. This is just Game 4 alone. Oh my God, that's just like enough for like to explain that whole series. Even though it was a sweep, every game was hard fought, and it was just. I think they won that game 2-1 in 12 innings, and I think it was Jeff Blum. I think if I remember, that hit a home run. Then they brought in Mark Burley, and Mark Burley was.
It sounds like you know your baseball history pretty well.
Yeah, I'm a little. When I was younger, I really didn't leave the house, so all I did was watch baseball.
So, would you say that the 2005 World Series is your favorite Chicago sports moment, or is there another one that comes to mind?
I gotta go that one. I was gonna say, well, if the Bears like won the Super Bowl, I was gonna say that, but they choked that. Looking bad.
Not even Devin Hester returning the opening kickoff just because they lost and negates it from being your favorite memory. Because the rest of it just brings up the rest of the game with Rex Grossman completing more passes to Bob Sanders than wide receivers.
I can't. I don't want to talk about it. I'm get mad.
Well, you're bringing up all these Sox memories, and it's kind of like I have to like the 2016 World Series is my moment, so I know exactly where you're coming from.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 2016, great year for Cubs fans. I have a lot of friends that are Cubs fans, so that was a tough little year for me. A lot of crap talking to me.
Well, let me ask you this: were you cheering for the Cubs, or were you cheering for your division rival, Cleveland Indians?
If I'm being honest, I was going for the Indians, but that's just because of Francisco Lindor. He's Puerto Rican. Okay. I'm Puerto Rican. So and I also didn't want him to win it. So that was just kind of why. And then they won it, and I was just like,
That's fair, but Javier Baez, isn't he Puerto Rican too?
Yeah, he is, but my dad likes to call him a hot dog, so can't like him.
Now he's in Detroit, so that's going to be interesting. The White Sox, I think their strikeouts are going to go up more because they have to face him a lot.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, well, everyone's talking about how the Tigers are going to beat the Sox. I'm like, so 175 strikeouts is going to help the Tigers?
Exactly. I mean, they have a decent team, but I don't know if they can compare to the White Sox lineup that's been utterly dangerous the last 2 years.
Oh yeah, I will say this though: the Tigers are a team to watch out for in the next couple of years.
Yeah, they have a lot of up and coming stars like in Casey Mize, and they have
Torkelson.
I like Akil Baddoo. I forgot about Torkelson. He's number 1 overall pick, and I completely forgot about him.
Yeah, and that's just so wild because they have so many good prospects coming up now, and they don't speak about Torkelson because he's like the most on pace. I think it is to become. I think he's coming to the majors next year.
Yeah, I think the last team he was on was Toledo, which I believe is their AAA team, and his average was a little low, but he's a home runner walk guy, so he's perfect for modern day
Yeah,
baseball.
it's
And
literally perfect.
he'll be playing first base, and I think at that point Miguel Cabrera would just be a permanent DH, and then retirement should be right around the door, right around the corner for him because he's been battling injuries and
And
not playing
he's been here
consistently.
forever.
Yeah.
He's been in the league for forever. But if there's one thing, that man cannot retire. I love that man. Him and Pujols can never retire. They just got to go to hitting coaches or something.
Well,
They can
let
never
me
retire.
let me ask you this question. This is another question I've always enjoyed. If you could play for any major league team that's not the White Sox, what team would it be and why?
Ooh,
Let's just say we get the remotes out. We put up your attributes, and like MLB the Show. You're a good contact hitter, good power. You do everything really well. And all 29 teams, except for the White Sox, offer you a contract. Which team are you signing with?
wow, this is tough. I would honestly have to say the Cubs, just because they're at home, and I me and my Chicago teams are just. I just can't get away from Chicago. I don't know why. It's just it's in me.
Well, I mean that's a good answer. Most Sox fans would just say, you know what, I wouldn't any team but the Cubs. But I respect that you can go both ways for Chicago teams, but it seems like more 90% Sox and 10% Cubs.
Yeah, it's
So
just
I respect it.
It's a little bit. You know, got to be a little Chicago fan sometimes.
Okay. So I'll one more question I'll ask because we brought them up. So I brought up the Cleveland Indians in the 2016 World Series. What do you think of their new name, the Cleveland Guardians?
I don't know. I really feel like they need to do some more thinking about that name. And
I agree.
honestly, they need to just go around, like, honestly, text their fans or just send emails, like, give us name ideas or something, because the Cleveland Guardians kind of just doesn't have a good ring to it.
No, and it sounds just like Indians. And
Yeah.
I still have a hard time calling them the Guardians because they've had that name for a long time. So,
Forever.
so for every podcast we do, we always conclude with the player or the coach having a final message to the Lake County fans that are going through these podcasts and meeting everyone that's going to be on the field in the summer. So what are your final message to Lake County fans before you get to see them in May?
We are going to work very hard. We are going to try and bring home that MCL championship no matter what.
You mean the Northern League Championship?
Northern League champion. Yes. That's my bad. I don't know. Hallberg has been wrong with me. Hallberg hasn't told me anything really.
We've been getting thrown off with I just talked about having a hard time calling the Guardians instead of the Indians. So I get what you mean. Midwest Collegiate, Northern League, they're the same. It's just different name, first year. So thanks, Jorge, for joining us. I really had a good time talking baseball with you, and I can't wait to actually see you in May. And I do hope that you and the rest of the fellas can come together and bring home that Northern League championship. I think we have the talent to do so, and hopefully maybe the final out gets hit out the center field and you're there to make the final play.
It would be great. Thank you for having me.
All right, thanks, Jorge. And fans, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on the Lake County Baseball Podcast.